let me show you what to do if your Samsung S24, S24 Ultra, or maybe it's the new S25 actually overheats, and maybe you get like crazy high battery drain, so your battery doesn't last very long. First things first, if you actually use these phones with a case that actually isn't the best, this actually is a known problem for these phones. Basically, they can't dissipate the heat from the back and then basically overheat, and this also obviously causes battery drain. So in general, if you feel that your phone actually runs hot, that also means it actually consumes significant amounts of energy, and your battery life also will be complete trash in most scenarios basically. Then also, if you actually use your phone in a direct sunlight, I would actually highly suggest you to avoid that, because again that will heat up the phone, and again your battery won't be really happy about that, and again it will overheat and struggle to actually keep up and actually do very basic tasks. Also, for example, you can check how bright is your brightness. Again, if you're running it always on the highest brightness, again this will obviously consume more battery life and also make the phone struggle a bit more. Then also what we can do is in the settings, basically over here on the device care, we can go over here and verify that actually we have enough storage and also enough memory. So for storage, make sure you at least have 10 gigabytes of storage. If it drops below that on these phones, the phone will struggle, so it won't be able to actually perform and do very basic tasks. So even the most basic tasks, and the performance will kind of suck, and obviously battery also will take a hit as basically the phone is struggling overheating. Also for memory, also check again if you have some decent amount of memory. Also if we go over here, we can actually check essentially which apps consumes the highest resources, and also you can kind of pinpoint which stuff maybe is causing this issue. Also we can click clean now to essentially clean this stuff so and get rid of, but again you have to do this from time to time. By the way, also when you use this phone, obviously make sure you do not have like crazy amounts of open apps or games in the background that are still there. So obviously if you still minimize them but they still are open over here, they will actually still consume energy, and again this can obviously cause some problems. Also in the same device care, I suggest to go over here on the performance profile, enable this light performance profile. So again this prioritizes battery life and cooling over them like the best performance. So again but for like 99% of the tasks, when I simply browse these phones, you can't really tell any much difference, and I'm not really seeing any problems when it comes to basic tasks. So again, this actually can significantly improve your battery life. Also, when you actually use these phones, verify how good is your 5G signal. For example, if you actually have a very poor 5G reception, your phone essentially will struggle a lot to actually connect to the tower and actually fetch your data. So again, this causes huge battery drain, and again also might cause some like overheating issues. So if we go essentially in connections over here, mobile networks, network mode, we can essentially switch to 4G, and that obviously has better range, and also it consumes way less battery. Also you can check maybe simply like go in the setting and enable this for some time and see if it does anything, because it actually helps for a lot of people. The next what I can suggest you is run a total diagnostic on this phone. So search for Samsung Members app. So this is what it looks like. So click on that. So it's installed by default on every Samsung. Click diagnostics, click phone diagnostics, and basically you can ask this phone to test basically all components of your phone, and essentially this can pinpoint any issues. Maybe something has become faulty on your phone, and maybe that is a cause of why you have overheating issues, and maybe again it's like draining battery very fast. So simply wait till it finishes this test, and it will give you a report and give you idea if anything is wrong. And then finally, again, if you can't really figure out what is causing this, I guess we can simply do a hard reset. So essentially, if we go in general management, reset, basically click this factory data set, it will delete everything and it will return to pretty much like brand new condition. Again, you maybe have some virus running on your phone so that you aren't aware of, and maybe it can't really be detected. But again, if maybe they have some kind of install some kind of crypto miner that mines these bitcoins and stuff like that, basically. So it consumes like totally all your like phone's essentially horsepower, and basically you can't really use it much. So, and you might see that basically there's nothing on the phone, but in the background it's heating up, as well as battery life is running like absolute trash. So again, maybe if you have a virus or Trojan on your phone, essentially, again, yeah, there are various causes for this issue. So again, it's not uncommon actually. Anyway, yeah, I hope some of this helps. Good luck.